Alam mo,
Alright, the train has set off. We are ready for another trip through the Mappools.
yeah, I'm actually so nervous going into this stream right now. Hello.
I am both nervous and guilty. I do not know what to feel right now, but at least everything is alright.
Yeah, a lot of things happened over the past few hours since the previous stream that we had to delay the showcase to this late.
Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, just for like a bit of funsies, I like did an all-nighter yesterday.
Yeah, all of us did not sleep in this team. Just to
Yes,
make
very
sure.
awesome.
And still a lot of things had to go this way. But anyways, hello and welcome to the Osu Philippines Nationals 2024 Osu Mini 4K and 7K tournament.
This is the Those Mappool Showcase, right? Wait.
Wait, let me finish the intro. This is the Grand Final Showcase. This is Sergio 85, and alongside with me in the commentary booth are Yukina Meng and Salawa Scales and Lot. Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
There we go.
Can someone else open their mics, please? We are a bit lonely. We are so scared. Please help.
We're so lonely right now. Lonely.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Oh, Pony.
Sorry, I had to mute or something. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, any words before we start the show?
I hope the 2 hours sleep at saka Sting energy drink was worth it over
So
this.
true.
Like, okay, Lot apparently hasn't slept. Like, I barely got a nap in, actually, since last night.
And my mom is threatening to revoke my privileges to use the PC if I keep staying up like this. So
I think
we are kind of.
I think we should install.
Yes. Which came out first?
Yeah, we're gonna do 4K first.
Yes. Do not question us. Hahaha. Just go with the flow.
Yeah, we'll be doing 4K first in this stream, and then 7K right after that. Anyways,
Yes. Let's just be quick, cut, concise, and clear. And
right. So
before we go into the first map, where is Elf?
Wait. What is wrong with the stream? Wait
Hi,
a minute.
Els.
Wait a minute. What is wrong? Halatang,
Hello, hello.
wait lang,
Sorry
wait lang.
about that.
Uh,
I just had to deal with some
is
stuff
that,
real quick. I
wait,
am so sorry
that's
for
still
that.
too small. That's still too small. What was my resolution back then? Uh,
I used one 600 dot
This,
900.
oh,
this
there we go.
resolution is so ET.
There we go.
There we go. There we go. All right, all right, all right.
All right, there we
Are we
go.
good to go
Nice
now?
one. There's nice
Resolution.
one. Take it.
Anyways,
Take.
let's not delay the showcase any further. This is Rise 1, your usual stream map, and this is even more classic sized by this NWC reappearance in our map pool. Blue White Crazy Stars by 11-bit. Once featured in the Grand Finals NWC pool in 1.05.
There were so many speed options that we had, and honestly, a lot of them were. It was really difficult to choose between them. Like here's the thing about stream charts that are this difficult. Like some of them tend to be jump drillable. Like I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys will recognize that pattern. Like you know that 1, 2, 3, 4 roll and then there's a jump in between. And finding those kinds of files are really common, and we don't really want that to happen in a speed pick. Luckily, this one really avoids that, so it's not really be too much of a problem. Like, you're gonna be seeing a lot of patterns that are very, very diverse here.
I'm pretty sure this map was featured in MWC for a reason. This offers a variety of stream patterns without being too tricky, too straining, or biased towards jump trails or split trails. It strikes a really ideal balance. It's like a Goldilocks zone if I were to name it.
Did you say Goldilocks? Oh my goodness. Everyone's saying Ube, and now I hear the word Goldilocks. Oh my. Nice. Okay, so for context, Goldilocks is a brand here for food and all that, and they offer a lot of cakes. But anyways, yeah, this speed pick is really going to be difficult, and I believe it's like 360 BPM at this speed, like 360 BPM streams. So you really have to be careful. I mean, it's only 1 minute and I believe 30 plus seconds. So you have to
Yeah.
be really careful. Yeah, 1 minute 35. All right. So we'll be having another MWC reuse here, but I believe that's the only one left. Yeah, that's the only
Yep.
MWC of this.
Oh well. Crimson Fighter.
Crimson Fighter
Lemon guy.
1.1. I mean, the
Dude.
BPM of this is 290 BPM. So 290 BPM jump streams with very difficult kills and all that. Good luck to everyone who's left in the grand finals.
Yep, you know Lemon Guy with his infamous Falcon Sound Team JDK jump stream charting. Yep, this is one of those again. It really features a mix of tricky patterns that forces players to be kept on their toes for a very constant amount of time. Even with only 1 minute and 53 seconds of stream time, this map does not hold back in its absolutely straining patterns.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a challenge. I mean, this first part doesn't sound too bad because you get a small break section, but once you hit the final parts, this is where it really starts to become extremely difficult as fatigue definitely will hit already once you're at this point. Like it's just gonna continuously drill and all that, one-handed kills. I mean, even in the previous jump stream, if that was a problem, you'll be seeing a lot of those here once again.
You're like forced to transition between one-handed and two-handed drills, which is very awkward considering at one point you're forced to like go all out on one hand, and right after you have to delay that momentum for the two-handed drill, which if not executed appropriately can lead to very nasty act drops or even misses.
Yeah, you gotta be really careful. And now that's about it. Again, another pretty short pick, but it's not. But it's gonna be one of the only shorter picks. I mean, there's like only 3 files in the rice department that are around this length. But anyways, we'll now be going with the stamina pick. So if the previous round had 264 BPM, this one is 277 BPM, which is going to be Shin Ban. I mean, 3 minutes of this is definitely going to torture a lot of people.
According to Shoegazer, this is the map that started the whole Sharpno instrumentality project led by Shoegazer herself. Well, might as well include this classic here. I mean, it's not an MWC we use, but it definitely is really well known among the Mania community. So, I guess more things to reminiscence to, I guess.
Alright, I kinda disconnected there, my bad. But yeah, this being at 1.4, definitely, I mean, it is grand finals after all, and honestly, you have to be very careful. Like, especially once you reach the grand finals, stuff really starts to get a lot more physical nowadays. So you have to be very careful when it comes to the transitioning from left hand to right hand, and also being able to read properly as to how the file will go.
Yeah. Sitting at 277 BPM, this could provide a reasonable level of challenge to players, but if you are good enough at physicality, this should not be an issue in terms of act. I mean, after all, those jump string hand swing maps are very infamous for being that one map where Mew can 99.95, like, it's pretty funny to think about. Even though it's supposed to be the hardest map skill-wise.
Skill can be like when you use the term raw skill, honestly, it can encompass a lot of things. But for the most part, when we say raw skill, that's when it's really testing your physicality. And I don't think raw skill necessarily means anything in relation to being able to read the most technical patterns. It's more so how fast you can really go and how physical you can go, regardless of what the patterning is. I feel like that's what raw skills is all about.
And this file really tests a lot of that raw skill.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I see a pretty different trend in the two stamina picks in this round. So like, while the last rounds have the shorter stamina maps, have dense patterning, this feels a bit on the opposite trend, where I think this map is denser than Crimson Fighter
I mean,
a bit.
I mean, to be fair, Crimson Fighter, like the difference of the BPM is actually bigger here in comparison to like the previous round. So I think it's fair. I think it's fair for
Mm,
that.
yeah. Well, let us move on to the next
So
map, shall we?
this one is Rise for. I mean based on the title, you can of the difficulty name, you can already tell what kind of file this is.
Yep. Duh.
I mean, what else would it be? So Korjak. So previous round, 150. Oh my mic. 153 BPM Korjak. So now we'll be saying 162 BPM Korjak. So yeah, this is going to be extremely dense, and it's not
This
gonna
is
stop.
very heavy in patterning. The story rating usually is a lie, but in Kojak maps it represents the difficulty pretty well. And it is currently being directly reflected through these really continuous and increased density patterns. Oh, those anchors are gonna be awkward to hit, and those continuous triples as well.
Yeah, I mean, like literally, we saw a lot of insane scores on that Korjak file. Like Snow's Matt Silver is no joke already, and yet everyone still killed it. And now, you're going to be seeing a lot of the difficult dance patterns here in the core jack pick. And you really have to be extremely careful when it comes to this.
We we will be lying if we say we aren't excited to see you guys performing on this map. Because the sudden spike in difficulty may catch a lot of players off guard, especially with how dense or core jack is not a mainstream skill set in conventional tournaments.
I mean, that's true. Though, again, I mean, the difficulty really is high now, but at the end of the day, you really gotta try and push the players to perform much better. And honestly, a lot of these, like, everyone's been so good when it comes to being able to, like, play these picks. So I'm honestly really excited to see how they're gonna keep up here. And this ending is indeed dense 162 BPM core jack that just does not stop.
It is relentless, yeah.
And the replayer here, I mean, Volpsy played, yeah, this is Volpsy's replay, by the way. I'm sorry, I had to say it on the stream. Like, 99.67. Extremely good. It's an extremely good score. Though, moving on from this... I just stop doxing. Alright, look. So, we saw the technical pick in the previous round, and so many people were really, like, I saw so many good accuracies there. Everyone was, like, getting 99 here and there. So, let's present you all with a very difficult technical pick. So we're going with another Terminal 11 song. And man, I can't wait to see how everyone performs here.
Haljan, Terminal 11, this is a very infamous combo. This just calls for very abrasive technical patterns, and it's not just the conventional tech maps. The movement and how it plays out overall is also very different from the usual technical patterns in, say, MWC.
You have to be really careful. Like, these patterns are not going to be friendly. And they're just gonna keep on going, really. Like, it doesn't sound fast, but when you play it, it's going to be very brutal when it comes to your control and physicality.
There's like this sense of stop and go motion inflicted in the fact that the pattern just spikes for a bit and then drops in density, and it just keeps switching on and off in that sense, which just increases the awkwardness this map provides. But oh well, we really need to buff the maps up, considering our players have been performing way too well even on the finals map pool.
And yeah, just very brutal patterning overall. I mean, we literally saw a 5 great run a while ago in the finals pick. And yeah, this is a technical pick right now. Rise 5, very insane score from YZ. Like, I think everyone in the call can agree that if YZ really struggles to get 98 even, that's going to be insane.
If you can even get a 99 on this, you're pretty goated. Oh, and yeah, the ending is... It's just a spike.
I don't even know what to say about this ending. It's extremely difficult.
Am I sorry? Maybe. We are finally sorry for once. Congratulations, you are screwed.
I like the reaction of the chat right now. Like, everyone seems to be really shocked.
Yeah. Oh well.
Okay.
Welcome to Halogen Maps. It do be like that always.
Yep. And man, I'm pretty sure every Filipino here will enjoy this next pick. Because yep, we're going to be having a Ichiworm song. Alright, let's take a look. Let's take a look.
I'm not a Filipino myself, but I have a feeling this guy is very well known among the Filipino music community.
I'm pretty sure it's a band though. It's a band, right? I mean, it's the Itchy Worms. It's not an itchy worm, right?
Very funny. But
Oh my
yeah,
god.
Tara guys, karaoke.
Tara.
Taasan
Teka.
natin mga kamay. Yan. Sayang, hindi ko alam yung lyrics nito eh.
Okay lang yan. Alam mo guys, kung gusto nyo, mag-cover tayo sa stream.
Pwede.
ng matches. We have to cover this song on one of the matches, okay?
Ano na ba? Stop sings. We have to sing this. Ano, G?
Pwede. G, okay.
Sige. Kung meron marunong audio production dyan, na libre lang ang rates, G kami. Mag-record kami. Ano?
Alright.
Ano ba, G ba?
So, no more serious.
I remember there being an annual staff sings in the staff server. Maybe this one can be for the 2024 season.
Yeah, okay. So,
Anyways,
on a more serious note, so what makes this a wildcard pick is, again, you see the dense, like that dump stream sort of patterns with all the anchors and all that. I mean, that's really the nature of what wildcard is. And it's going to be you gotta be really careful here. And sure, it may seem like YZ's score here is really high, but again, you have to remember, performing this consistently on a match is another thing. Like being able to perform and get a very high score on this file while a match, I think I'd assume it would really be hard.
this map is very difficult to be consistency in, especially when it's not just your usual streamy technical vocal dump, it's also pretty anchory as well. So it does not feel like a glorified jump stream pick, but it has a sense of uniqueness in its patterning, which qualifies it as a wildcard.
Yep. Man.
Here,
It looks like the reception for this chart is really, really good, huh? Okay, so next. So we'll be having Excuse, Oxygen Thief 1.15x. So this is your mixed rice. So when we see mixed rice, you'll be seeing a bit of everything, like core jacks and dumps, everything like that. And definitely you'll be seeing a lot of those in this pick. So of course, you're starting with core jacks, but eventually you'll be seeing some very difficult dumps and all that. It's only core jack at the start, but as
This is
time passes
not-
on,
this does not even look like evenly spaced chord jack.
yeah, it isn't. It isn't. That's
Yeah,
so like, man.
it is a
Imagine-
dumped chord jack. It's not even like uniformed at all. And then you get those very weird trilly dump patternings, somewhat similar to beer, but well, it's more physical and maybe consistent. So
okay.
roasted.
That's true. And you might see some LNs there. On our defense, okay, all the three players here are really good at long notes, so that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that part because like everyone here is really good at acting.
I have a feeling that the Filipino Mania player base is infamously known for being cracked at LN no matter the player.
That's so true. That's so true. And right now, you're gonna be seeing a lot of these dumps. They're just gonna keep on going. I mean, you see those hands mixed with the dumps. I mean, even in the previous pick Itchy Worms, you don't see a lot of that here, which is what makes this a mixed rice pick, because you're gonna be seeing a lot of hands and jumps mixed with these streams and all that. So you have to be really careful.
It's like a much harder version of a chord jack pick mixed along with dumps, if I want to put it.
Yep,
In-
that's true. And man, I can't wait for everyone to see this file.
This map was a 4DM reject, and I can see why it is worthy of being a 4DM map.
It definitely is worthy, but not at 1.15, okay? Not at 1.15.
Yeah, oopsies, too much.
So
But
yeah,
it is enough for the Grand Final exposure. But anyways, our coordination.
So we'll be having my music playlist. So this one is interesting because some people may argue this is LN wildcard, some people might argue it's LN coordination. I'd argue it's LN coordination because a lot of the maps, a lot of the parts here certainly feature a lot of coordination patterns, which is really the main difficulty of this map. And I think it's fair to say that this is indeed an LN coordination pick.
I think it's like a similar case to 2022 qualifiers. What is it again? The role blazing out density qualifiers. Mind disorder. Yeah, that one was slotted for Allen density, but I always feel like it's more of a very coordination focused pick. It's not even release coordination, it's just coordination because of like how awkward it is to hold and coordinate your fingers accordingly.
That's true. And oh, that long jack part. We're gonna be seeing. Yeah, we're gonna be seeing it again. Yep. But here's the thing. So like what you said, about that being core jack. Oh, sorry, that being coordination mixed like density and all that. The thing is, like as later the stages go, the line kind of blurs out. So I don't think it's gonna be too much of a problem, even though this kind of is wild card mixed or whatever, and you might say. I think most of it still does qualify as a coordination pick.
I would argue that late game Ellen coordination is just a very stereotypicalized wildcard just because of how well adapted this mapping style is. It doesn't really matter anyway though, because at the end of the day, the Mappool will always find many different variety of ways to challenge our players in the highest sense of skill.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And now, yes, as you end this, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of dance and coordination just mixed together. You gotta be really careful when this part hits. Man, now I think time is starting to run out. Like this is when you really, you'd be like, okay, yeah, there's the match.
The score of this map may be consigned right now already, but be careful of this ending part. It may be mind blockable.
Oh, it definitely is. So now, okay, I'm pretty sure some of you will recognize this. I'm pretty sure you know what this file is.
Ah yes, of course. It's
Alright.
it's not an end game LN pool without an OM LN3 reuse.
Okay, so yeah, and now this file is going to be really difficult for many of these players. But I mean, considering who's left, I wouldn't be surprised if they'd set a really good score here.
Not gonna lie, this map is not for anyone, to be honest. Like, I would argue that you're good at physical LN, but the inverse patterning and the split trios creates a coordination aspect that you cannot just fluke with pure physicality. And for coordination and release focused players, the high raw skill demand of this map just kind of blocks them off from playing it well. So it's just, yeah, unless you're like very well versed in LN, that is.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, this one has a lot of really scary patterns. Like you see those mini jacks and all that. Like there we go. Like this can easily trip you up.
Yeah, this is where the coordination aspect that I mentioned kick in. You cannot just base purely on the comfy 1/4 pattern to survive. You still have to hit the outliers as well.
Yeah, I gotta be very careful. And like, you have a bit of a break section. Like this is, I actually didn't know how my play went in the middle. Oh wow, I didn't even know that happened. But anyways,
Stop.
Like, okay, this was my replay on that match against Grill Roasted for the record. And like I didn't know how my percentage was the entire match. So yeah, this one had a lot of really difficult patterning, and you gotta be very careful with the full LNS of a lot of these parts. But what makes it so interesting again is how fast they are, and you gotta be really careful with this. This is where it really starts to get crazy.
Well, the final chorus. It's that long. It has been like more than 2 minutes, and the map is not done yet. It's 3 minutes and 13 seconds, by the way.
Yeah, a lot of the LNs here are pretty long, with the exception of actually one LN pick which I won't reveal. But yeah, now more mini jacks. I mean, what I like about this pick is it isn't afraid to like try a lot of stuff in the density section, like adding mini jacks. And this trill, you can really trip up here. I remember when I missed there, I started.
That one is mind block.
Yeah, that is like when I missed there, I screamed hard. And here we go. Here's where the Taka Beam Cannon trill, the Lacrima trill on the 1 and 4 column.
Yes.
You gotta be very careful in that.
There's like so much packed in that one funny section.
All right, LN3. I'm pretty sure everyone will find this the hardest LN.
I feel like this is an OM LN3 reject.
It was. So yeah, you gotta be really careful. I mean, LN Wildcard. LN Wildcard is really difficult in general. And here's the thing. Even though that's the case in the previous round, everyone destroyed LN3. I think it was like one of the higher scoring maps. So this being here definitely makes sense.
I feel like this map follows a similar trend to last week's LN Wildcard as well, in the sense that the primary skill set is density and speed, but the outliers overwhelm the maps by so much you just cannot play it like normal density at all.
That's true, and like this is Forken play at his peak, absolutely tearing down this chart, 99 plus, like absolutely an amazing play. But you
Wait, what?
Yeah?
How tight are those shields? Did I just see like less than 112 reverse shields?
Yep.
God bless.
You gotta be careful. I mean, look at this, 3,000 combo, and we're still at 1/3 of the file. Funnily enough, this is the shortest Olympic. This is like 1 minute 50 something, I think. And yet, it still has one of the higher combos here.
Being short does not mean being easy. This map is literally trying to kill you as fast as possible.
Yeah, I gotta be extremely careful, man. Like, these kind of patterns just really are dense. And now the ending finally gets some breathing room, and that's about it. Honestly, these 3 LN picks are extremely difficult, not for the faint-hearted. Which I know the 3 in the losers bracket, or the 3 in the entire 4K mat. Sorry, the 4K side of the tournament can definitely handle this. Right, LN4. I think
Yes.
it's what was it again? Kairiko?
Kaiko, yeah. Whatever. Japanese title moment, but anyways, Ellen Tech. Oh, of course, the Ellen Tech map so far has been extremely abrasive, and it always feels like that center of attention in every Mappool showcase, where people will just question how players can play this and how mappers can map this. It's just a kind of otherworldly language for Ozamania.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's true. And well, for the record, it is a shrimp fried rice that did play this file. It was a shrimp fried rice. And luckily for the shrimp, That's fried. That's also in fried rice. He's able to play these technical patterns. Oh my goodness! Like looking at the stream right now, you can already tell how scary every pattern here. It's super abrasive. Like comparing this to like what was that again? What was the previous pick? Was it okay? Boss fight after party. Boss
Yeah.
fight after party seems to be slightly more coordination tech based, while this one seems to be really more of your typical technical LN pick.
Yeah. The snaps especially become super volatile and they're ever changing. There's no uniform patterning at all. And I know I've been saying this to every LN Tech pick, but of course the grand finals is gonna be the true representation of this kind of maps. Really wild. Well, even wilder than a wild card if we only count how crazy the patterns are.
They definitely are crazy. And like, I think this goes on for a very long time. Like, okay, no, it's actually only 2 minutes and 33 seconds, but it definitely feels like an eternity with how the patterning is.
The song kind of make it last an eternity as well. Just because of like how much section switches there are, even if this is just a cut version.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then that's gonna be LN4. And as for LN5, this is gonna be the longest LN pick in the pool, which
Maybe.
is at 4 minutes and 12 seconds. So yeah.
Maybe it is the easiest one as well, but again, you know that LN5 last week is the LN consistency pick. This one is gonna be the same. You know, LN walls. Very easy, but the easy part only comes from the so-called raw skill itself. The true hard part is to keep your nerves throughout such a long duration of the whole map. And for reference, last round consistency was 3 minutes 55 seconds long. This one is 4 minutes and 12 seconds.
Yeah, definitely an LN consistency. And like, no, wait, the chat just pointed this out. Extended version, cut version. What? I just realized that.
I think it happened like way too much. You know Butterfly Twist from MWC 22 round 16 SV?
Wait, that's the SV pick, right? Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was extended version, cut version as well. Like it happens way too often for some reason.
I mean, again, like what Lot said, this seems to be easier on the easier side, right? But I mean, that's the name of the game for LN5, really. It is definitely the easier side on LNs. But again, consistency is going to be the name of the game. You gotta be really careful when it comes to that.
And it being easy also makes each miss much more fatal because, well, if your opponent is holding combo well and you drop a miss, then it might be game over for you. Unless your opponent is somehow not that good at that.
Yeah, you just gotta be very careful. I mean, accuracy. This is where you really get to test your accuracy, I think.
Honestly, I don't know how someone could have to tie 200 counts on this. It's either a very solid FC or like accuracy drops coming from misses.
Yeah, and man, like by the time you're playing this file, you'll be very exhausted already.
If you manage to hold your composure and mental stamina for this long, congratulations, you are definitely ready for this pick. But If you're not, then well, this one's gonna be a pretty interesting one for you. And yes, as we mentioned before, those easy but super damn long LN picks does bring into the table a very interesting dynamic switch in skill testing, where the maps are not just based on raw skill, but consistency and the risk of losing act in such an easy manner.
Oh, definitely. And yeah, it's just again, if the previous two picks felt like forever, this one certainly does feel even more so like that.
Well, every pick is gonna be awaiting hell at this point. Not gonna lie though, the patterning here in this map does get denser compared to Hard Forest of last round, so there's like more physicality demand, I guess.
Oh, there definitely is, yeah.
Another Saw reuse, surprisingly. I mean, I kind of understand why. This map is so good for a Jack focus hybrid after all.
I mean, it is. It's a really, it's a difficult file, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people recognize this actually. I will not be surprised. But then again, being able to play this is going to be extremely challenging in the sense that again, there's so many jacks here that are thrown at you. It's your typical lemon guy hybrid, really.
Wait, is this used in Soundwave Mania? Please do not say it is.
I do not remember. But if it is... Okay, wait, I'm double checking. Okay, okay, I can't even check right now. Because like from what I see, I can't even see the map pool.
Ah, yes. Okay, apparently it is used in Grand Finals at the 1.05. It's
wow.
Jennifer. This map is affected by the Soundwave Mania potion.
That's so true. But then again, there's so many jacks here. You just gotta be extremely vigilant about them. Because honestly, like, even scoring 99 in this is going to be insanely good. Like, what makes it so difficult again is, number one, the amount of elements that are thrown at you and the jacks, they just keep on coming, man. You gotta be really careful.
It's relentless and unstoppable. And knowing how awkward and unorthodox mini jacks can get, I think these kinds of hybrids will definitely pose a big challenge in terms of skill set transition. Specifically, I guess LN to Rise and vice versa, and Stream and mini jacks. I don't know anymore.
Yeah, you gotta be careful here. So let's go to Hybrid 2. I mean, here's the funny thing. This replay was done without, like, with my hand being really bad. But right now, so what makes this Hybrid? I mean, you can already see the LNs there. But there's gonna be a lot of difficult patterns here. You're gonna be, it's just, I guess to start things off, it's really fast as a file. It may seem mostly LNs here, but a lot of the patterning structured here is more on the physical side.
The physicality is pretty clearly ingrained in this map, and a lot of the LNs here are 1/4, so it kind of plays like Rise anyways, which is why I think this being hybrid is more appropriate. Maybe it's a bit LN biased because, well, some people qualify playing jacks and holding LNs on one hand as LN difficulty, but overall the utilization of Rise here does make it fall under the hybrid umbrella.
Yeah, I mean, I did mention this, but actually, I actually did play this without one, and yeah, more of these jump streams. I mean, typically you don't see.
You really don't see files being separated too much. Like when you say Ellen's and Rice patterns, but
Again, like what you said, Lot, like a lot of these elements.
play like Rice anyway.
And yeah, that ending is going to be really
Oh,
difficult.
this map is spiky. This one section is just gonna kill you